everybody. Good morning. It's Dr. Cindy Stark coming in live for my Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time talks on all things trauma, all things subconscious rewiring, all things reclaim your life and your health to be what you want them to be and not just what you have been experiencing every single day, almost like Groundhog's Day, every day a repeat of the day before for the past life. No telling how many years you've been around, just really struggling, trying to make things exactly how you want them to be and not able to get there, but you just really don't know why. A lot of times it's because of some childhood trauma that we've been through. I have a whole entire Facebook group, Reclaim Your Life and Health, all about reclaiming your life and health, just based on getting rid of all the effects of the childhood trauma that a lot of us have been through. And you can live your life exactly like you want to live your life. You are not here to be a prisoner and suffering the effects of everything that's in your faulty wiring here in the back of your mind that's running 96% of your life and you don't even realize it. So again, my name is Dr. Cindy Stark. If y'all are coming in live, can you hit hashtag live? And if you're coming in as a replay, if you can type hashtag replay and let me know where you're from. And if anything that I say through this talk resonates with you and you think that it would help someone else in your circle of influence, please share this video. I always make it global once I finish giving my presentation so that they are shareable. And it will just be my honor to help other people realize how much influence and impact they can have in their life just by commanding this amazing powerhouse of information and potential in the back of their mind with their subconscious mind. Hey, Pat, good morning. And Tanya Hayes from Forest Park, my friend from high school. So last week I was talking about codependency and how if you're going to fight for other people and you're going to, give so much of the energy force in your body to fight for other people, then it would be a great thing for you to stop just fighting for everyone else in your life and start fighting for yourself too. And I had 8 pages of notes and I only got through 2.5 pages. So I asked everybody last week if they would be okay if I just kind of picked up right where I left off and made this a 2-parter. So I'm going to do my best not to get distracted, which is so much easier said than done with how my brain works and how excited I get interacting with you, with all of the people that come in on my talks. The magic really happens when you guys come in live and I've prepared a talk and there's this magic that we co-create together. And if you keep showing up for yourself and being committed for yourself and your mental health and your psychological health and your spiritual health and your well-being, then I'm committed to coming in here sharing what's on my heart that God gives me each week to tell you guys about, then there's just a magic that gets created there. So I'm just so excited for people that are on here live. And feel free to answer any questions or ask questions too, and I will do my best to answer them while I'm going. So last time we were talking about the difference between dependency and codependency. And when hey Sabrina, it's good to see you. When you're dependent on someone, you are dependent on them for your physical needs, like getting dressed for the day, your medical needs, maybe even walking and getting bathed. But when you're codependent, you're actually meeting the emotional needs of others instead of meeting them for yourself. And there are 6 core needs that we have as humans. I wrote them down here. I got this from Tony Robbins. And the first 3 are love and significance and safety. Those are just inherent human needs. And hey, Melissa. And then also we have a need to have certainty in our lives. And I always say because God has a sense of humor, he also gives us a need of uncertainty in our lives. So that's why we like things like surprises. And then hardly any of us make it to this 6th human need, and that is to make an impact in this world because we're so busy spinning our wheels on the hamster wheel of life, trying to make people love us and give us significance and trying to contract for safety in other people around us that we never are able to give that to ourselves. So we never get down to these more just deeper, more impactful needs that God puts in us as humans. And so what happens when you're always relying on other people for your emotional needs, and two codependents come together, that's a trauma bond. And so a lot of people that come in here and listen to me on Tuesday mornings, we've been through some sort of trauma, and we've had to become really good at looking around our environment for clues as to if we're safe or not, because things may not have been safe when we were growing up. And what I want to impress upon you guys is that you're strong enough to be safe for yourself. God puts that in us, as a like a promise within us, divinity within us. And if you're always looking for other people to show you that you're safe, and then you're also trying to let that other person know that they're safe through you, then you're actually taking away their power. Just because you don't see that power in yourself and the other person, you can't go around your whole life crippling people and you being the one that's the power for them. And what it creates is this fear of abandonment. And if you stop that incessant obsessive behavior, that you're always saving them, then you're making them have this fear of abandonment. You're having the fear of abandonment. And what's going to happen if you stop loving them the way that you're loving them? So they say, see me, need me, love me, and you're saying, see me, need me, love me. Well, if you're making everyone else need you in your life, then you're never given. And this is like a really, like a gut check, like a truth bomb, but you're never giving anyone a chance to choose you. I just want you to hear me. You're never actually getting to be chosen if you're just going around making everyone need you. You know, I was going to tell a quick story, but my I recently left my husband, and I have my teenage son going back and forth between our two houses, and I never realized how much I needed him to need me. I mean, I'm giving this talk on codependency because I've been one since I was probably 14 years old. But I as his mother, I had made every meal of his life 3 times a day, right? Well, I nursed him like 8 times a day when he was first born. Then they go to eating 5 times a day. Then they go to eat 3 times a day. And so I was obsessively at the beginning of this separation 5 months ago going over to my husband's house and giving Wyatt meals, like literally putting them in the mailbox, putting them on the doorstep. And I finally just said, Cindy, you don't have to give him everything all the time. Let him cook for himself, and let his dad cook for him, and let him, he had a summer job scooping ice cream, and I mean, he has money. Let him go buy his own food. And so, like, the reason I'm so passionate about bringing these certain subjects to you guys is because they're so huge and in the forefront of my mind. And I know that I am just a part of every single one of you guys. And so if I am having insights and revelations and struggles, then I know that you guys are too, in the collective. And so I am so I don't even know a way to put it, but just so thrilled to have been given my power back and give my son his power back. And when you're two independent people kind of growing together side by side, and you're not like enmeshed and growing together, then you have all of your energy for yourself, and he has all of his energy to himself. And that's how it was meant to be. God gave each one of us energy to go out and make this impact on our own life. And so unless you are strong and independent, then and you're not, giving half or 75% of your energy over to other people, then you never can inspire other people to be the same. So I hope this is resonating with you guys, and let me know, please, someone, that I'm not the only one that that does this kind of thing. Hey, Michelle, live from Maysville. It's so good to have you here this morning, Michelle. I just love you to death. So again, what you've done, when you never get the chance to be chosen, is that you're weakening the people around you by doing every single thing for them. Hey, Janice. And then again, when you're constantly doing everything for people, then you end up getting resentful of all of the things that you're doing for them when they can't do it for themselves, like little things like putting the dishes up, or doing their own laundry, but you've crippled them. Okay, so like, you can't just do and do and do and do for people that are perfectly capable of doing for themselves. And okay, good. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. And thank you, Sabrina. And then get mad at them when they don't do it because you've always done it for them. There was a gentleman I followed. I can't remember his name right now, but he said that every kid in America, he was from England, but he came over here and was shocked at how much fast food we eat over here. And he said, you can never let your kids go out of your house without at least teaching them how to make 7 easy meals. And, I sent my daughter off to University of Georgia right in the middle of COVID, which was like the most scary thing in the world to do. But at least I knew she knew how to make cereal. She knew how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and she knew how to make scrambled eggs, and then 3 other little things that she likes to eat. But just don't cripple your kids. And I just think that it's just so easy to do, especially as a mother, is because you are, when the babies are born, they are dependent, and then unfortunately, one thing leads to another, and then we create them to be codependent. And when you are going through this realization, I always call it a continuum. When you're over here at the beginning of your healing journey, you're just like in the middle of the codependency. You don't even realize what you're doing, and you're exhausted, and you're just like living through life trying to slam down coffees and other energy drinks, and wondering why your adrenals are fatigued and why you can't sleep, why you're turning to alcohol to try to calm down at night because you're so like this all day long. And then when you finally are here, you're getting the awareness of kind of what's going on, and you're coming in and you're trying to learn other ways. And then when you're here, you're actually healing. You are doing the healing work. You are actually not only aware, but you're going through the day-to-day rewiring of your mind to actually get yourself to the point where you want to be. Well, that healing over here, and all of it, but especially the healing over here on this side of the continuum, it is so brave, because what you're having to do is actually face yourself and face the patterns that you've been engaging in for your whole entire life. And the what you got to realize is that there are those core human needs, and that is why you've been engaging in these behaviors, is to meet your core need of love and safety and significance. And you don't have to do that through other people all the time. You can find that in yourself, in your own heart. And I always say that safety and contracting for love and safety and significance, that's an internal job. And when you can come to a relationship, I'm not talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about relationship with your business partners, relationships with your children, relationship with yourself, your family, like meaning your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, not only just your maybe your partner and your kids, but everybody. Then you're coming not needing love and safety from them, and because you're whole and healthy and healed, and then they know that they are also seen as completely strong and independent as well. And then that's when you really love someone, and you're not just needing them to death. Because what happens is when you are so codependent on other people, it sets up this environment where you're needing to be in control all the time, and you're the one that's always there for them. But you got to realize who's there for you. You have to be there for you. And a lot of us, I think, that come in here, we realize that the people that we're always that person that other people come to that they feel really comfortable with opening up and sharing. And but when we are making people so dependent on us in our lives, then we're actually victimizing those people by taking away their ability to learn and grow. And I know we never meant to do that. We're just kind of living our lives based on how God made us, and we're just doers and carers, and we love people through that. Hey, Jenny, live from Melbourne, Florida. And a lot of people, I believe, that we just don't want to watch our kids struggle, and we don't ever want to let them fail. And what's happening is that we're creating a whole generation of kids that are going to be codependent on us, and we have to let them struggle, and we have to let them fail, and we have to let them figure out solutions on their own. And only then are they going to become problem solvers, and the people that are the creative problem solvers of the future. So again, guys, if this is resonating with anyone, hit Hashtag heck yes. But all these trainings, they build on each other. They're all cataloged over in my in the Facebook group Reclaim Your Life and Health. And if you guys ever want to like not have to go through all of my personal page feed. Hey mom, it's good to see you. Oh, look at all of her emojis. And so, but what I wanted to just go through really quickly as to why this is happening is just a really quick recap of how our subconscious mind works, and the most important part about it, in my opinion, which is called your reticular activating system. And again, the whole talk on this is cataloged in Reclaim Your Life and Health. But what we think happens is that everything in our life comes in through our eyes, bypasses the thinking brain, and goes straight into the unconscious mind, stored as a perfect memory of what is actually happening to us. And but what actually happens is when we think and when we see things, it bypasses our mind, and before it gets stored in our subconscious mind to be transferred back onto our frontal lobe as a memory, it goes through this thing called the reticular activating system. And that is the part of our subconscious mind that is responsible for our emotions, our belief systems. It has gone through all of these different influences, which is an event and an emotion that is happening to us that had a strong emotional impact with us in our lives. And it goes through all of our environmental programming, all of our religious programming, what we were told was true and possible in our life, all of our parental programming, all of our influences, all the belief systems. And our subconscious mind, it takes on so many bits of information each second that it can't possibly store everything happening to us around us at any given moment. So it deletes and generalizes and distorts everything coming in. Excuse me. And then it moves that distorted image back to the frontal lobe, and that is what's called the truth. And I think of it as a very simplistic way. Just think of what is actually in your life as a shape of a star. And after it goes through all of this subconscious programming, what it actually gets stored up in your frontal lobe here is as a square. And so when you're sitting here, everything that you're seeing looks like squares, and then you're talking to someone who their reticular activating system has distorted everything into being circles, and you're wondering why it seems like it should be a star. You're seeing a star, they're seeing a star, but what you're talking to is your square and their circle, and you cannot talk. You can't even communicate. It's like one person's speaking Greek and one person's speaking Russian, but the real language that's being spoken is Chinese, and no one can understand and no one can communicate. And it's just because all of us are working with our clogged up filters in our reticular activating system. And you think that you can just go through one more communication book or one more Bible study or one more episode of round of marital counseling, and you'll be able to fix your problems. Well, that will never fix the problem, and you will never have the type of relationship you want with your spouse or with your kids, because when you go to counseling like that, it's only dealing with your frontal lobe and your willpower, and that's just taking care of 4% of your brain. The other 96% of your brain is all taken care of by what's in your subconscious mind. And so what I teach people to do in my program is actually rewiring all of that 96%, harnessing that huge amount of power so that you don't ever have to rely on this little 4% willpower to putz through life and wear yourself out. You're able to have your whole entire subconscious mind working with you. And so everything turns into a life of ease and flow. And it's just a beautiful thing once you get rid of all that mucked up parental programming and environmental programming and all of the negative influences and all of the emotions, and you're able to actually see things for the first time as they really are. You will see opportunities all around you that you never knew were available, and people that you're in a relationship with, you completely change from the inside out. So they have to also change because you're changed, and we're all just energetic exchanges of each other. And so again, it's such a passion of mine to help everyone in America identify and just completely destroy the obstacles that are in your way, stopping you from living your ideal life, because you don't even realize how much you're wrecking your own life by just just going through life. 95% of our belief systems are completely developed by the time we're 7 years old. So we're going around recreating the same trauma over and over and over again. We think the trauma is actually what happened to us when we were a child, and it's not. It's what you told yourself that trauma made you believe about yourself, and then you recreate that life over and over again. I hope that I am making sense to someone here. But it's not. It what I see codependency doing is it's just wrecking so many families, and it's wrecking us, right? I mean, the moms and the daughters and the sisters, and you're all, we kind of like, when we have any of these codependent tendencies and we're going around saying need me, see me, love me, like, so that I'm safe, and you won't abandon me, then not only can your spouse just go out and they can't live the life that they want to and have the impact they want, but then your kids can't take care of themselves either. And hey, Pat, thank you. It's fine that you're late. You can go back and listen from the beginning. Um, and I want you to know that when you raise kids the way that a lot of us have been raising our kids, then not only can they not take care of themselves, but then they're not going to be equipped to be parents and take care of their own kids. So uh, anyway, again, when you are having that belief system run in your mind of I'm a burden and I'm not worthy, then you respond by actually being a burden, and you respond by everything that you do in your life. You'll show yourself for sure that you're not worthy. I have been trying to build this business on the side here, as being a full-time doctor. I didn't really finish my whole entire introduction at the beginning, but I'm a full-time hospitalist with Longstreet Clinic here in Gainesville, Georgia. I take care of the hospitalized patients at Northeast Georgia Medical Center. But my passion is to help people become healthy from the inside out, instead of us pouring medicine down their veins and doing surgeries, right? And but I didn't believe I was worthy of having that business. I didn't realize that that was a belief system that was running this pattern, this record player stuck on repeat. In my subconscious mind. And so every time I tried to build this business and help people rewire their subconscious minds, I would unknowingly create a self sabotaging roadblock, proving that I was unworthy of having people that I could actually help rewire their subconscious mind. So, once you realize what your patterns of behaviors are and you can obliterate them from the inside out, then everything that you ever wanted in your life is yours for the taking. So Pat is saying amen to an independence deficit in our kids compared to where we were at the same age. Yeah, all of us that were born back in the 60s, we were, in the 70s, we had to work our butts off for everything. But now, it's just something has happened in America. I can't really, I'm not claiming that I know exactly what it was, but we just do everything for our kids. And so we're creating kids, a generation after us that were nothing like what we were. Michelle is saying you can find love and safety and acceptance when you reach out to God. Be still and know that I am God. God is love. And when you reach out to God, you can't help but love yourself like God wanted you to. So you can love yourself properly and love others in healthy ways. That's right. And when you love other people in healthy ways, then you're teaching them to love you in a healthy way too. And then you have all of your energy for you, and they have all of their energy for them. And that's how he intended it to be. So again, when we don't feel worthy, which is like what I used to feel like, I didn't feel worthy of success, then receiving success is impossible. And so there's three ways that we actually continue the cycle of codependent people hurting other codependent people. So number one, we find hurting people. So we're hurt people. There's something in our past that makes us hurt people. So we go and we find hurt people. So you're continuing the cycle that way. Number two, we will take people out of the knees that are capable people. So if we find someone that is completely independent, then we will find ways to make them incapable by doing for them. And so we take away their own power. Or number three, we fill our holes that are, in our human needs with this obsessive nurturing, and you leave yourself exhausted. And let me tell you guys, when you're coming at your life being exhausted, nobody wins. Not you and not anybody else around you. My patients won't win, my kids won't win, my mom won't win. Pat's saying it's an uphill battle when mom and dad are not on the same page and don't present a unified front to our kids. That's very true. I mean, again, when you have a cleaned out reticular activating system and you can see everything how it's supposed to be, you can have much more healthy and intelligent conversations with your spouse, so that you can make sure that you are raising your kids the way that both of y'all need, so that everyone's needs are met, and you're not just deferring to the other person who might be more um, not belligerent, but more, the stronger willed spouse, I guess is what I'm saying, the stronger willed parent. So, again, if you ever want to have anything different in your life, you're going to have to actually address what is going on between your ears here, the subconscious mind that's preventing you from getting what you want in your life. And the way that you heal it from the core is you actually go in and do that hard work of rewiring your subconscious mind and taking down those belief systems one after another, and all of those emotions, those negative emotions that are running our lives. And again, I'm going to keep coming in here live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, helping you guys have the tools so that you are more aware of just the power that you have to make your life different. And again, I'm going to commit to prepare these talks for you every Tuesday at 10 a.m. And if you can commit to coming in here for yourself, that's when some major realizations occur. And there's magic in also not only just us being here with each other, but also with the other viewers. So if you're ready to actually go in and you're on, this side of the continuum, the very end where you are aware of everything, you are wanting to go in and get this done fast, I offer a 12-week program where we go in one by one and get rid of all the negative influences in your life, all the effects of the trauma that you've had in your life, all the belief systems. There's a one-on-one component to it, there's a group component to it, and the magic happens in both of those. And we go in, I give you a 12-week step-by-step modules on how to rewire your life so that you can have the life that you want. And if you're ready for that, to actually live your life by the playbook that's uniquely designed to you, given to you by God, then book a call with me. I'll drop the link below, and we'll talk for about an hour. That's what's going to happen on the call, and I'll see what patterns that you're having in your life that are keeping you stuck, and we'll see if my program could help. And if not, I'm happy to refer you somewhere else. But if so, we could work together, and in 12 weeks you could be living in a completely different life with a completely different mind, with a completely different, strong, empowered roadmap right in front of you. So again, I just want you to know that you can give yourself permission to level up. You can commit to growing for the rest of your lifetime. Yeah, Pat saying give an initial free call with Cindy a shot. What have you got to lose? And Pat is one of my clients, and we'll be doing an interview with him soon, just so you can see how incredibly that man has grown. And he's a completely different person than what I met in him. 6 weeks ago, Pat, I think it was. But I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much, and take care and have a great day. I love you all.